Hello YouTube, back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about my custom tactics for the Highline 4-4-1-1 midfield. And the reason why I picked this 4-4-1-1 midfield is because in my opinion I think it's a good formation for beginners, rather if you use a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-4-2 formation. Those are two really good formations in terms of, for beginners. So I'm going to go now and read off to you about this formation, what the game says about this formation. A balanced variant of the classic 4-4-1-1 formation. The attacking midfielder is positioned closer to the midfield. Like the classic formation, this scheme combines defensive solidity with greater variability in attack. So the positives about this formation is that it's a balance between defense and attack, and there's high ball possession in this formation. But the downside of it is that there's fewer options for a quick counter attack. And you see on top where it says possession 4 bars, attack and defense is 3 bars, and then counter attack is only 2 bars. But the main thing I want to talk about in this formation is the defense, is the high line defense. So I have it here set to 7 bars, and it reads here that in a high defensive formation, players remain in the opposition's half after losing possession of the ball. This means the players are able to put pressure on the opposition quickly, but there is an increased risk of long balls behind the defense. So with a high line, you can be aggressive with it, and you're going to be more, because you're more near to the halfway line. It also forces more turners higher up the pitch as well too. And high lines will cause more offsides, but the one downside to it as well too is that through balls are more likely to be conceded in this formation when you're using a high line. So that's why I suggest, in my opinion, that if you have any center backs that have 80 or more pace, that those are the type of center backs that you should have for this formation. And then so I have 4 here, which is like also balanced in terms of the bars here. But for the attack, I haven't really changed too much to it, so it's like the back's pretty balanced. And for me personally, I like the balanced attack as well. So we're now moving on to the duties of this formation. So starting off with the goalkeeper, he's active and aggressive, and this is mainly for like dealing with like crosses and like corner kicks. So that's why for me personally, I always leave my goalkeeper as active sweeper, and then aggressive in one-on-one situations. So dealing with the center backs now, I leave both my center backs on defaults for everything. So attack and support don't cross the halfway line, defensive style, holding position, and pass interception, both situational. And I leave it there for, once again, for both of my center backs. Now with my fullbacks, for both my left back and my right back, I also leave everything default except for attacking support, which I leave as don't cross the halfway line. And the reasoning for why I do this is so that the back 4 can stay together, especially in a highlight situation. I don't want my my fullbacks to be running up the pitch, so I want them to stay like solid in the back as much as possible. Now we're going to move on to the wingers. So I got the wingers here for both the right midfield and the left midfield. Attacking style balance, attacking with close to the sideline, and I'll be talking more about that later on. Crosses in the box, I hold your position. I don't need them to be going. I need them to stay outside the area and not going in. And then I have both my wingers set to drop back. They always go back and help into the defense. And pass interception is, depending on the situation. I always like this being set to default for all my players. Now next, I'm going to be going to the center midfielders, which I also have both of them set to don't cross the halfway line. And then to cross in the box, make yourself available, and situational for the pass interceptions, which both of these are, I like those lumps staying both in the back as well to help defensively. So yes, we're gonna just go straight to this the central attacking midfielder. So attacking style on attacking runs. Crossing into the box, make yourself available. Defensive support, I use for a drop back. I want my cam to be coming back, and passing interception situational as well. So my cam will be using a lot of energy going like back and forth within the field. Probably the one who'll probably be the most exhausted by like halftime. And I'm gonna just finally just go to the striker, which attacking style I leave for attacking runs. Defensive support, stay up front. I want him to stay up there because I don't want everyone to drop back. So just in case I get somehow by some chance I can get a counter attack starting, I could pass the ball to my striker, and then he'll be able to like hold up the play just to let the wingers come in and whatnot. And passing is also situational as well too. Now, I want to actually talk a little bit more about how you will play this formation. So the main way that I usually play this formation is that I try to see like a lot of like the triangles that are being made within it. So for example, most of the time, like for them, if my defense wins the ball, I'll try and like get it to one of the wingers. But let's say in this example, get the ball to the right winger. I'll usually run up the pitch, and then usually would see like my central attacking midfielder. He would be like a little bit in front, that pass up to him, and then if I have a through ball opportunity, I'll try to get it to the striker and then get the goal. And sometimes it happens vice versa as well too, where maybe my striker would drop back, and then the cam is making the runs, and then after I'll pass from my right midfielder to the striker to the cam, and then he gets the goal as well too. But either way, at the end of the day, this formation is good both for central control and wide play. Also a good formation for narrow play as well too. I also want to say as well too, at the minimum on your bench, you should have at least a striker, a left winger and right winger, and then also have someone that can also play central attacking and midfield. And those are the positions that will be where use the most energy or use the most stamina on. So those are the type of players that you should have on your bench. And then the other three is like players of your choosing and whatnot. And the last thing I want to say as well too is that if you need to see like actual visual gameplay of this formation, I do have a playlist on the YouTube channel as well too. I have it both for the 4-2-3-1 wide and the high line 4-4-1-1. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'm out. Peace.